Yo, what's going on, y'all? Trucker Chubby here, man. Just coming back, y'all, doing something that I used to do. Want to bring back doing this segment, and y'all see it a lot more because there's a lot of kids that go missing in America that are black, and they don't get the widespread media attention. So I'm just trying to do my part here and making sure that they get the coverage and they get found. All right, and I'll show you the kids after. But I just wanted to fill y'all in on a little bit of why I'm doing this and and explain it. That's all. Okay. So thousands of people are reported missing every year in the US. And while not every case gets widespread media attention, the coverage from white victims and minorities is far from proportionate. So in this infographic right here, it'll just give you a little bit. So in 2023, 563,383 people reported persons went missing. 50%, 57% of those people were white, and that includes Hispanic. 40% were minority. 3% of those people were just unknown, right? And this just says everything that I just said again, right? So why the disparity in media coverage? This is why I'm doing this. Runaways. A lot of minority children are initially classified as a runaway, and as a result, do not receive the Amber Alert. Criminals. Missing minority adults are labeled as associated with a criminal involvement with gangs or drugs. People you know, this desensitized. It is believed that missing minorities live in impoverished conditions and crime is a part of their lives. So just because the neighborhood that a child may live in or area they're in, they may not even receive the that's crazy, right? So I take it upon me to try to do my part in this, and I'm not gonna stop doing this. I stopped doing this a long time ago. I don't know why, but I'm not gonna stop no more. I'm gonna keep it going for sure. So in this first case, I want to share this tab here. It's a young man missing from Silver Spring, Maryland, Jubakely Matiles. I'm bad with names. I apologize if I'm getting his name wrong, but y'all see how it's spelled there. Um, then the description, he's been missing since August 24th of 2024. He's 16 years old from Silver Spring, Maryland, male, black, medium complexion, height 5'6". He weighs about 146 pounds, hair color black, hair glimpse short. As you can see, it's like short dreadlocks he has, eye color brown. It says location last seen. Jabelkley was last seen on Saturday, August 24th, 2024, approximately at 3 p.m. in the 2000 block of Treetop Lane in Silver Spring, Maryland. Circumstances of disappearance is just unknown. So anyone with any information regarding this young man right here, contact the Montgomery County Police at 301-279-8000, or you can contact BAMFI at 877-97-BAMFI. You scan that code right there with your phone and they get it right there to it. I appreciate y'all for doing that. There's another person, I always do two. I never just do one. This is a young woman from Houston, Texas, Madeline Does. She's been missing since August 25th, 2024. Her age now is 16, from Houston, Texas, female, black, complexion, light skin, 5'2", 115 pounds, hair colors black, long length hair, eye color brown. Location last seen, Madeline was last seen on August 25th in the 7700 block of Heroin Lakes Drive at 5:55 p.m. The circumstances of disappearance. Her family says Madeline had been reprimanded by her father. Her father left the house to go pick up one of Madeline's older siblings from work, and when he came back, she was gone. The family says the front door was left open, and another sibling who was at home did not know Madeline had left. Anyone with information, please contact the Harris County Sheriff Department at 281-537-9492 or BAMFI at 877-97-BAMFI. or you want to visit the website for bamfi.org, go ahead and scan that code right there on your screen with your phone. I appreciate y'all, man, taking the time out, man. We just want to send good vibes.
But talking about check it out corner. Y'all, please go check out that Truck and Chub Z, man. The dude is I really and especially when him and Shad get on there. Him and Shad got a chemistry, bro. It's almost like peaches and herb, bro. They got this thing going. Yeah.
Yo. What up? What it? What up? What it? What's going on, my people? What's going on, people? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on? How you feeling, bro? How you feeling, Shaq?
I'm doing good, man. A very exciting week of college football. I wasn't able to actually watch all of it except for the Georgia Clemson game, but it was a it was a great opening week.
What
It
a
was a great opening
exciting,
week.
bro. What's going on in college football, man? What is going on, man?
Parody,
Shit,
man.
we can't, man. Hey, look. Hey, we talked a little earlier on that, man, about just it being able to hard how hard it is for you guys who know the history of college football to be able to call these games in the way that it's changing. I really to give credit to the transfer portal for the way we're seeing college football being played now, and these other teams just winning, getting these pieces from other colleges and just plug and playing these guys and look, they're winning and they winning. I mean, USC just would you say SC just took a big jump, man? That was crazy, man. That win over LSU was just wild. That was a wild win. We got to talk. That was a wild win. That was a wild win. That SC win, man. Shoot, man.
Yeah, because then Brian Kelly after the game, post game presser, kind of losing it a little bit, talking about, hey, we should have won this game. But interesting thing about it, the past 2 years, Brian Kelly has started off 0-1 to start the season, but they've, you know, finished the season, very well. So I mean, they're not out of the race by any stretch because of
Right.
the expanded playoff. But
Hmm.
it would have gone a long way to, you know, win that game. But like I said, we're gonna get to it. So, I'll save some commentary for that.
Right. Well, we gotta talk about this Georgia. We gotta talk about Georgia Tech and the Syracuse game, man, because Georgia Tech and Syracuse is going down. It's about to go down, man. Georgia Tech being 2-0 at this point, would you have guessed that they would have been 2-0 at this point, bro?
No, I mean, like I said, I mean, I picked Florida State to beat them first game. I mean, obviously, I thought the game was gonna be close because it was the first game of the season, but
Right.
I thoroughly thought that Florida State would have been able to, control a lot of scrimmage on both sides much better to win that first game. And it didn't come to fruition. So now Georgia Tech is 2-0 and is looking to get their second, conference win against Syracuse this upcoming weekend.
I know, man. And they like and I know you're covering Syracuse, so we're gonna get to talking about Syracuse in depth, man. But like that means like shouldn't Georgia Tech could be in the top? You think they should be in the top 25 at this point? I mean,
I mean, it's hard. I mean, it's really hard to say. I mean,
right, it is.
because the thing of it is that you have some teams that take Oregon for instance, right? They struggle,
Hmm.
but on some polls, they still feel like Oregon shouldn't have dropped. They actually should have gained, some points in terms of just the rankings. So, I mean, I think probably if they win this weekend, I think they probably get some top 25 love because I saw that Clemson was still ranked in the top 25, after the beating that they got. Now, obviously, of
Hmm.
course, that loss shouldn't have just dropped them all the way, completely out of the top 25. But, I think, yeah, if Georgia Tech is able to get this win this particular week, I think yeah, that would go a long way in them getting into the top 25. I do.
Oh yeah, for sure. If they get this conference win 2-0 in the conference, yeah. Because I mean, look, I mean, Brent Key he put together a decent staff over there. I must say he put together a hell of a staff. Um, I've been paying more attention to the college football coaches. Thanks to your help, bro. I appreciate everything, bro. Cause like without you, bro, we Peaches and Herb. Shout out to South Coast Kane. I would never have start looking at these coaches more in depth and actually seeing the impact that these college coaches have on the team. I'm one of these guys now, and I'm new. I'm relatively new, and I like to say that. But college football coaching is not overrated. I must say that because when you have talent on both sides of the ball, it comes down to coaching. It comes down to situational football. It comes down to that. It just does. And the culture that these coaches put instill in their programs, so forth and so on, you know, et cetera, et cetera. But Brent Key put together a hell of a staff. Now, Buster Faulkner is an offensive coordinator now for Georgia Tech, but he normally works with the tight end. So he's an offensive coordinator, tight end type of guy. And you would think somebody working with the tight ends, their offensive line, their blocking would be there. And he looked Buster Faulkner's just doing a hell of a job over there with the offense, uh, calling that offense over there at Georgia Tech. I just wanted to put that out there. Now, if you want to get into the offensive line of Georgia Tech, you would have to get up with Jeep Wade. That's his name, Jeep Wade. Now, I've been looking into this team a little bit more because you want to know what coaches is actually like the trenches. We say the trenches, the offensive line was going off. Well, that's Jeep Wade over there coaching the offensive line up at Georgia Tech. Buster Faulkner working with him, and he got the tight ends. And then you also got to talk about that defense over there. What is it? I like to call him Santunchi, like how Lil Wayne got Tunchi, Tyler Santunchi. He had the defensive coordinator over there. He also has the linebackers. So that front seven for Georgia Tech, you're expecting that front seven to play like that when you have a defensive coordinator who also is a linebacker coach, sort of like how Notre Dame head coach is. He worked with linebackers in the past, so you're expecting him to be their linebackers to be up to par. But I just wanted to put that piece out there to just put that maybe a lot of our listeners already know and viewers know like yeah, coaching goes a long way. Well, I'm just here to tell y'all that it is and to give a shout out to some of these coaches because man, they putting together something fierce over there at Georgia Tech. But not only that, I mean, Syracuse and Fran Brown, man. Syracuse and Fran Brown. Um, I wouldn't say that they steamrolled Ohio, and which I thought they may have, but this team is still put together relatively new. And Ohio has a culture. They're established. That Ohio team is established. They've been playing together. One of their pieces, important pieces on that defensive line went over to Colorado, but we'll talk about that later. And he's not even playing over there, but he probably would have been playing in the Syracuse game. And but they're established, none other. They're in their MAC, but them going to go play Syracuse, I knew that they would probably play Syracuse a lot tougher than what a lot of other people thought, you know, and them getting some pieces in there. But Fran Brown's building something over at Syracuse, and I know that's one of your teams to cover. So, I mean, what's your keys, like some of the key points that do to get over this excellent Georgia Tech team right now?
Well, for starters, they're gonna have to get much better in stopping the run.
Yeah.
Watching that Ohio game, that's pretty much what kept Ohio in that game, even though they were able to make, some passes here and there. But Syracuse has a good secondary, and Fran Brown has really, made a point of emphasis in the portal to get, some pretty good portal players and some younger guys to step up. But they're going to stop the run. Um, Ohio's running back had over I can't Anthony Tice is his name. I wanted to
Hmm.
make sure I say his name because I only had his last name and I just remembered his first name was Anthony. Anthony Tice had over 100 yards rushing um, going into the half. And in the second half, he just continued. He was a big guy. And to be honest, watching the game and then listening to Fran Brown commentate after the game, I understood 100% what he was saying. He said it was just more so, excuse me, just a lack of physicality. And that's something that I did see. Now, in the second half, they did kind of turn it up a little bit in terms of their intensity and things of that particular nature. But I mean, Anthony Tice was a load. I think they said he was about 6'1", 6'2", about 230, nimble, a nimble guy, displayed some speed,
Yeah.
all of that stuff like that. And like I said, so they're gonna have to fix that very fast. They lost one of their key pieces on the defense at the linebacker position.
Yeah, I know.
Marlowe Wax went down, so they have a freshman transfer, James Pierce, I believe is his name. He's going to have to step up and to kind of shore that up. And again, like I said, you're throwing a freshman in the game to replace a guy that was a senior who played a crap ton of snaps at the University of Syracuse. Now he was able to log an interception, so obviously that should be something that is able to boost his confidence. But they're gonna have to do that. But positives for Syracuse, I must say, Randy Gatson is he's a player. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? Like he's a player. I mean, last year he dealt with some injuries, but this particular past game, he was on fire. Cal McCord got him the ball. He ran every route from corners to drags to whatever. Again, he's just in all actuality, he's just a big receiver, playing tight end. So he's one of those new age tight ends that probably is not skilled enough to just be a dominant receiver, but
Hmm.
has enough skills to be a dominant tight end. So they got him the ball early and often. Actually led the team in catches. I believe had 9 catches over 100 yards in the touchdown. So that's big. And like I said, we spoke about this before the season started. I felt like this was a spot that Kyle McCord, could go and actually somewhat have a lot of pressure taken off of him. And he could just go out there and play ball. And lost in all of the hoorah for Miami's Cam Ward, what Shador Sanders did, what Noah Fafita did. Kyle McCord threw 4 touchdowns as well.
Mm.
Syracuse has
Talk
a
about it.
nice selection of guys that he can get the ball to. Of Randy Gatson, Trebor. Let me make sure I
Pina.
get his name right. Let
Shea
me, let
Boy
me make sure.
Pina.
Trebor Pina.
Hmm.
Um, I feel like he's gonna give Xavier Restrepo a run for his money in terms of being the
Ooh,
best in terms of being the best slot receiver in the ACC because
really?
he's that nice. I think he's probably a little bit faster than X, but I don't think he's as good of a route runner as X is. But he brings that same type of intensity, that same type of toughness, that same type of I want to beat you every single down.
Hmm.
He brings that, and I think they're going to need that. I think he's going to be a key in this Syracuse game against Georgia Tech. They're going to have to. Georgia Tech is going to prepare for him. They're going to have to prepare for a Randy Gasson as well as their running back. They have a I feel like they didn't run the ball as well as they should have against Ohio. Especially when you look at the aspect of they have a much older offensive line. I think the youngest guy is like a redshirt junior. So we're talking about guys that have been in college for a number of years. They have size. And I just felt like they should have dominated the line of scrimmage offensively a little bit better against Ohio. Again, it's the first game, so you don't want to kind of go overboard. And obviously, this would be Georgia Tech's third game. So any first game jitters that they had or anything that they had, they've kind of gotten over that, and so they're gonna be ready.
But quick.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, bro, and this your squad. This your squad, Shad. So hey, look, this one of
yeah.
your teams that covered, man. And look, I be sitting here lying if I'm saying that I think this is gonna be a better game than what a lot of us out there thinking. Now we'll be able to give our
Oh yeah.
predictions early Saturday because, like you said, Cal McCord was able to spin that ball. I mean, like he was able to spin that ball for almost he went over 350. Like let's
Yeah.
call it what it is. He went over
Yeah. Yeah.
350 and had 4 touchdowns in this game. Like we can't take that away from Cal McCord, right? And to get a point about the running the ball, LaQuint Allen actually ran the ball 15 times for 98 yards. So he had a, I will say, we'll give him 100 here, going to fans'
Yeah,
point of
yeah,
view.
yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
had
yeah.
100. Not a bad game. And he also had 4 catches for 24 yards and a touchdown. So he played well enough. And I think that's how they attack Georgia Tech. If you ask me, I think that's how they attack Georgia Tech is with the pass. I think Kyle McCord is better than DJ Ugly Gang. I'm gonna just keep it a buck.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He's much better. Yeah, he's much
Yeah, I
better.
think he a better quarterback in that. So I'm not so when we looking at that, when we looking from that point of view, man, like
Yeah.
or DJU, because I don't really want to, because look, he taking it hard right now, man. So I'm gonna have to chill. I don't know if I have to chill with the ugly game right now because like he taking it hard right now. I mean, I've been saying that before the season started, but I don't. Everybody's jumping on his throat. We'll talk about that maybe a little bit, but they just all down that man throat and so forth and so on. But everybody was so high on him. But we on Syracuse right now,
Yeah.
and like I said, I think that's how you attack Georgia. Georgia Tech is through the air a little bit, use some of those receivers, get that tight end involved. Cal McCord is going to have to step up and play a big game, and I didn't think he played bad when he was at Ohio. I've said
No,
that
I
before on
didn't.
our
Yeah.
show. I didn't think he played bad up at Ohio State at all. Um, so for Syracuse to be able to have a quarterback like Kyle McCord coming in, that's a huge, huge uptick for them. But I'm excited, and we're not gonna give our predictions right now because we're gonna make the folks work for it. You know what I mean? We will give our predictions later on in the week about with this game that's right here. Uh, but man, Georgia Tech is gonna have to bring it on defense, and I'm sure they will. I don't even know if this would be a shootout. If this game now, I will say this, right? I will say this, and it's early in the week to say this, but I will say this. If this game turned out into a shootout type of a game, I think that's more of Syracuse's game than Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is gonna have to they're gonna move the ball much slowly, methodically, rush the ball, short dink and dunk passes with Hayes King. You're gonna have to account for Hayes King because he's good at running the ball. Jamal Haynes has been excellent for them too. But
Oh,
I
most
can't.
definitely.
And we'll see if that young linebacker from Syracuse steps up to the task. And let's see what he does in this game. But I think this is going to be a good game. Like this is one of those games that a lot of people are looking at and saying, "Oh, Georgia Tech has got this win now." But no, but I'm saying, look at both teams, what they can do. Don't get caught up into Syracuse playing Ohio out there, y'all. Don't get caught up into that because, like I said, that Ohio program has been together. They have culture there. They know how to play these bigger teams. They're still in the MAC. That's still Division 1 over there now. Just because it's not that's not FCS ball. Let's let me make
No,
that clear.
no, 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 no. It's
That's
not.
still
It's not.
Division 1 ball. The
Yeah,
MAC.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay, so
yeah,
they played them tough, and they will do that. All right.
yeah, yeah.
But man, look, anything else you want to add on this game before we move to the next one?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got the young man name wrong. His name is James Hurd, not James Pierce. James Hurd,
Oh yeah.
freshman linebacker that step up. Like I said, was able to get an interception. Um, Dion Wilson, the transfer defensive tackle, he has to make his presence felt this particular game. Just looking back at the game against Ohio, he kind of really turned it up in the second half, so he's going to need that. Fidel Diggs off the edge. Uh, that's the thing about a pass rusher. You're going
Hmm.
against a Heinz King, who's a guy who is going to be able to use his mobility. So it's going to be imperative that they respect their rush lanes. Don't get up the field too quickly or any of that particular stuff because Haynes King will make you pay. They have Nick Singleton, who's one of the bright young receivers in the ACC. He's going to be dangerous as well. So I think this is going to be a good game. Again, like I say, as I said, you think about this 3-4 years ago.
Hmm.
This particular game right here is just it, it wouldn't be any excitement around it, but you have the portal. Um,
Yeah.
Fran Brown has talked about how Brent Key was actually one of his coaches, so there's a relationship there. He spoke about how he, reaches out to Brink. He helps him to be, helps him to be a better coach and things like that. So it's going to be a personal, you know, competition between the two because you got a guy that coach the guy, so he's gonna want to show, hey, look, I'm still the coach, and obviously Fran Brown is in the midst of turning around a program that has not had any long-term success that they can lean back on. Again, just rewatching the game, I kind of see the approach that they're taking. Obviously, Fran Brown most recent job was at the University of Georgia, so I can kind of see some of those elements in their offense, and especially the elements on their defense with the way that the secondary plays, which obviously that's Fran Brown's bread and butter. Having those bigger defensive linemen, they were able to get some guys out of the portal to kind of help with that particular issue. And like I said, losing Marlo Wax is going to be a big blow because he was a big time player. But again, they went and got a guy like a James Hurd. So, like you said, if it gets to a shootout, I do like a situation with Syracuse, and this
Mm-hmm.
probably will be the best quarterback, or one of the best quarterbacks Georgia Tech plays this entire year in Kyle McCord. Again, like I said, he has a plethora of weapons that he can get the ball to. So this is going to be much different than the Georgia Tech. I mean, this is going to be much different than their matchup with Florida State, where you're playing a quarterback that was literally one dimensional. You didn't make him one dimensional. He ended up just being one dimensional, and that's not
That's
that's not Kyle McCord.
right, right, right. That great take, bro. Great take. Great take. Come on, man. We be killing it. Come on now, y'all. Y'all go hit that. Make sure y'all hitting that like button, that subscribe button, man. Y'all know we be bringing it. Y'all know we know y'all like it. Y'all know y'all like the fans' point of view. Y'all love the show. Y'all know y'all love it. But man, like I look, we're gonna give our positions later on in the week. So make sure that y'all tune in early Saturday, man, because we gonna get up early Saturday with y'all, and we'll be able to give y'all our game picks for the day. We ain't gonna do that for predictions anymore. We'll wait till Saturday to do that. But man,
Because
this
I've
is
been
going,
bad.
huh?
Because I've been bad. I don't think the only one I got, the only one I got right that we've kind of talked about, obviously, is Miami versus Florida. But other than that, yeah,
Man, it's all
terrible.
good, man. It's all good. Like we talked about that though. You know what I mean? We've talked about how college football was going to start changing. Now we said in the next couple years, that football was going to start looking like this. You know what I mean? That it was that some teams, these regular teams who we thought that would come in and blow people out and run the score or however, it's just not looking like that no more. The transfer portal has tremendously changed that. Without a doubt. The transfer portal has changed that. Um, you went blank there for a little bit, bro. It's all good though. You went blank. Your screen went blank on us. But it's all good though. I'll get you removed real quick and then I'll get you back in once your screen pop up. But look, I mean, what we're seeing in college football is like I said, and I'll repeat it again, largely because of the transfer portal. I believe so. That's what I believe. And this just is opinion based. This is opinion based. This is not a fact. This is not factual, but seeing all the movement around from the transfer portal, these coaches being able to see what they need in college football. Because when you look around in the game, y'all, you're able to pick you're able to see these players and all these coaches have seen these players in all these tournaments and all these football camps. So they've seen what they're able to do. Now to you, that kid that was a little bit slower, not the fastest quarterback to you, may not be a good quarterback to you, but to another coach, he's a diamond. You know what I'm saying? That offensive lineman to you may not fit your style of play, but to another coach, he's a diamond. And that's what they're able to do to me. To me, that's what they're doing. They're looking at this game as a whole, picking the kids that they need to come in their programs. And that's what we're getting a result of. We're watching teams beat teams that normally you would think that just walk away with a win. And then you get a guy like me who just coming into college football, doing all the research that it is, picking on these games and winning and being right about a lot of games. You going, well, damn. Well, that's because I have what's the word I'm looking for? It's not is it optimistic? I have a different way of looking at college football than what a person who has been in the game for so long and been following the game for so long. I'm looking at it totally different than what other people are looking at it. That's how I'm able to do that. You know what I'm saying? If you just wanted to know the secret, because I don't look at it from y'all eyes, I look at it from my point of view and what from what I see with the game and how the game changes. So um yeah, I'll say that because so far, man. I mean, look, I won that apples and oranges with Rawhide. Shout out to Rawhide. I won that. Actually, I don't know if you got to see that or not, Shad. You be proud of me, dog. You ain't see it?
No, I didn't see it, but I saw that I saw that you had got a shout out for it, but no, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I won that, John, bro. I won it. I was supposed to be on the live, but he ain't let me know. But it's all good. But he did put me up out there. Nah, I
Yeah,
was
I saw
supposed.
that.
Yeah, I was
Yeah, I
supposed to
saw
be
that.
on the live, but I did win. I did win. I came in first place. You know what I'm saying? I think I've been came in first place to be honest. Like, cause there was some games where I know people where people tripped up on. It probably was the North Carolina game helped me out a lot. I know that helped me out because people probably went with Minnesota, PJ Fleck, and all that. The Big Ten.
Which
Um,
they should have won that game.
yeah, they should have. Yeah, they should have won that game. But
Yeah,
I
they
thought
should have won.
Omarion Hampton would just like what was North Carolina thinking? Why not just run Omarion Hampton? Him and Ollie Gordon is like hand in hand with that team. Like look, I want to give Omarion Hampton the ball 50 times in the game. If that's how I'm gonna win my game, that's how I'm doing. Period. He's that good. He's that good, bro.
Yeah.
He's that
Oh yeah.
good. Like
Oh
for
yeah.
real. He's like, and then their defensive line was mauling like so I would have just kept the ball in his hands. That's what I would have done. But hey, I'm not the coach, so um, but yeah, and then that USC and LSU game, the majority of everybody picked that game, and then that SC game got me because I did miss on two games. I missed on the Colorado. Colorado didn't cover versus North Dakota State, so that messed me up there. And then they did get the W, however, and then the TCU and Stanford game also messed me up. So because they didn't cover, because TCU didn't cover it. So those are the two games there. But we'll move on though, man. Hey, man, you should probably jump up in that thing, man. But you might like it. You might like it, Chad. You might like it. So he got the we got the next week up now. Um, yeah, that change came in handy. That hundred and some change
Mm-hmm.
came in some handy, bro. But the pot bigger
Mm-hmm.
this week, so I had to get back in on that.